All right, so we're out here at Falling Springs, practicing for a tournament next weekend. This is a really wide open course. Hole one is a par four, 480 feet, OB long, tall grass, and the basket is just off to the left. I'm going to start with a warm up shot, and then we'll get to the real shot. So I was wrong. The backswing's actually off to the right, not the left. But I'm going to go streak. Outside the circle, putt. This hole two, this is a par four, 611 feet. And down in the back there, just past through the trees, and down a little bit of a steep hill. We have a very stiff headwind, so I'm going to go with my newer Zeus. Going Skyway. Into the bushes back there. We should be able to get up and down. All right, next shot is in these trees over here. We're going to have an interesting out. Hopefully that's that. We'll see. All right, this is hole three. It is 325 feet. There's Obi Creek behind the tree line, and Obi Creek long. No one ever gets there because there's trees in the way. I'll throw in a raptor. That flipped up. This is hole four, 272 feet, island hole, throwing a buzz. Real short. Fortunately, it was OB. This is the drop from here. Well, that's a bug. That sucked. It's all right, though. All right, this is hole five. It's 270 feet. It is a dog leg right. You can't see the basket. I'm going to go with a raptor on a forehand. There is swirling wind all around us. Just a hair deep. Not too bad though. All right, this is where my shot landed. Um, it is very obstructed. We'll see if we can just save the par. Yeah, tap that in for par. All right, this is hole 6. It's 250 feet. It is down in this tree line here, down into this little tunnel. It's usually over there, around the corner, but throwing a zone SS. Well, if it faded out, it'd be good. If it didn't, we'll see. All right, I'm right here. Give a nice little jump putt. Oh! All right, this is hole 7. There's OB everywhere. OB long, OB in this little fenced area. Uh, there's OB directly behind the basket, so we're gonna go pink zone, jawbreaker, very beat in. Hopefully land a little short and be able to tap it in. Or fluff it and it goes sky high and not even close. Sweet. Here's where I ended up after a very fluffed shot. We'll see if we can get close for a par. Yeah, par. All right, this is hole 8. It is 252 feet. There's an OB fence off to the right and wooded behind the basket. Throwing a buzz. It's very hot and muggy out here. Low! All right, this is hole 9. It says par 4. This is really uphill. It's 592 feet. Going with my flippy Zeus. Middle of the fairway. All right, same shot, same disc. Well, hopefully I can find that. All right, this is hole 10. It's a par 4. Very tight, well, not really tight tee shot, but there is a very specific spot where you have to cut across and then back over to the right to get to the basket. It is 388 feet. I'm throwing an Undertaker, just trying to make it to the mouth of the gap. Unfortunately, landed deep in the gap. It's over there. I'm going to throw a captain's raptor and try to skip around the corner. Got around the corner a little bit. We'll see what we have left for a putt. Roach. All right, this is hole 11. This is a par 3. This is 369 feet. I'm going to go skyway. Hopefully, flip it up to flat and let it sail through the gap down there. A little wide, kept carrying to the right. Zone OS. All right, this is hole 12. It's a par 3 for some reason. 463 feet downhill. There's a pretty good headwind, so I'm going to go with my Schrader Zeus.
On left.
All right, disc is there. Basket is just down there. Let's see what we can do. Probably going to go the zone. Skip. Yeah, circle putt. Hole 13, 280 feet, OB pond, marsh thing. The basket is behind those bushes up there. Putting a jawbreaker raptor, got a very stiff tailwind. All right, this is hole 14, par 4. It's 488 feet. You got this tree gap here, and then you have the gap down the fairway. Basket's just through there. Going with the Zeus. Not very far, middle of the fairway. Raptor. Okay, putt. Putt for bird. Stiff tailwind, which I love. Means I can throw it up high and smack the disc down. Too high. Oh. It's hole 15. Another par 4. It's 462 feet. Throwing a Undertaker. Zone. A little deep. All right, I had this putt for bird. All right, this is hole 16. It's severely uphill, 311 feet. Plays more like 390 probably. Par 3. There's an OB fenced in area. Never really sure why. It's just there. I'm going to go with the Captain Stasher, see how well it handles the wind because we have a pretty stiff headwind. Handles it pretty good. This is hole 17. It is a par 3. It's 476 feet. Going at the Thrasher. It's very downhill. It's literally just a straight shot. We have a stiff tailwind. Give this guy away a throw. See how it does. It's a little flippy. We'll try to throw it as flat as possible. Well, that got down there. Here's where I landed. Fortunately, with the wind, I think I'm going to have to throw, and there's tree branch, I have to throw a forehand. We'll see how it goes. A little short. Oh! Hole 18, par 4, 454 feet. OB fenced area. It is past 2 little clumps of trees. Throwing a Zeus. Short! Alright, hole 18, last shot, hopefully. Throwing a zone, fastest right up there. Putt, long putt.